No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds, 99. Dixie, 549. Sitting on a tattered blanket beneath the eucalyptus tree that held the pie's nest, Edward sighed, stretched out, and said, "Well, despite your wonderful dinner, my love, this was certainly not the gay frolic I'd hoped it to be," to Lizzie and Mama Pie. "Certainly not for us," Lizzie said, her face scrunched in disappointment and angst. But Jerald and Cheeky seemed to be enjoying themselves as the three adults watched the two youngsters happily chase one another around the base of the tree. Angst, noun, a feeling of deep anxiety or dread, typically an unfocused one about the human condition or the state of the world in general. Molly Pie, in response to Lizzie's declaration of the youngsters enjoying themselves, declared, "They certainly are. I really enjoy watching them. They get on so well together." Though, without Balloony's telepathic translation, the Bordens merely heard excited and pleasing squirrel chatter. "Thank you again for the pecans. I'm afraid you're going to spoil us." Lizzie smiled at Molly, looked at Eddie, and said, "Without trying to be a wingy, I'm really glad that we hid the diamonds." "Well, I may be slow," Ed said, "but my hindsight's as good as your foresight. I hope if push comes to shove that I hit them well enough." "Where did you put them?" she asked. "You know that rotten log you're always, reminding me to get rid of?" Ed asked. "In there. If I told you that the reason why I hadn't cut it up for firewood is just in case we needed a secret hiding place for fortune in diamonds, you'd believe me, right?" Lizzie scrunched her face in wry chastisement before saying, "How about I just say thank you and job well done?" Chastise. Verb, rebuke or reprimand severely. "Fair dinkum," Ed said with a nod, which leads me to my next question. Thoughts on returning home if we don't hear from Balloony concerning Ziz Intel? Fair dinkum, phrase of dinkum informal, Australian used to emphasize or seek confirmation of the genuineness or truth of something. Liz responded, "I'm not particularly keen on spending a night in the open with nothing but this little blanket," she said, tapping the tattered and old blanket upon which they lounged. "But I'm highly hesitant to go home if Constable Chuganini is waiting there, let alone the ASIO. Glancing at her watch, she added, "It's not quite 6 o'clock and sunset is around 9 o'clock, so we can wait till a bit after 8:30 to make a final decision." "Ooh," Ed said, scrunching his face, "right as you are. I certainly don't like that word final. Eat, drink, and be merry," he said with a shrug. "Let's just truncate old Paul right there, shall we?" Lizzie said with a laugh as she reached for her husband's hand and squeezed it affectionately. "Besides," she added with a wink, "Paul never even met Jesus in the flesh. I much prefer weeping may last through the night, but joy comes with the morning." Paul tilted his head and looked expectantly at his bride. "One of the Psalms," she said with a smile. "Sorry, that's the best I can do, attribution-wise." Truncate. Verb. Shorten the duration or extent of. Attribution. Noun, the action of ascribing a work or remark to a particular author, artist, or person.